So I know he said, I know you're like 100% committed to ophthalmology, but what if you don't get in? And I was like, oh no, like what should I say to that answer? But I guess my question for you guys is what would you have said or what would you have done if you didn't get in, but you were like committed 100% to ophtho?
I think like if you're a DO, just know that 99% of people in ophthalmology are very receptive, open, and they don't care that you're a DO. It's just a matter of bridging that unknown factor and becoming known through letters and networking. Once you've done that, you're just like anyone else. There are like 0.01% of people who take themselves very seriously and they think this is, they don't want to consider a DO, but they're like individuals, and I would say they're far, far, far minority. And then to the second part of your question, I'll let someone else address that.
Yeah, I think if someone asks you that question, I would say try again. Like, yeah, you keep trying. I mean, I think persistence and sticking to your goal is the most important thing. And I think even if that means doing a year of research, if ultimately it's going to get you what you want, then go for it.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just add, like, I have this kind of philosophy where I feel like when you're applying and like planning for all this, like, yeah, you might not match, and if you don't match, then like you have to figure out what to do, a research year, reapply and stuff like that. But I feel like there's something like very compelling about telling yourself like you have to match, like you have to match, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't give yourself this mental leg room, or I guess like option of like, yeah, like maybe I won't match and then I'll do like a different field. Like there's almost like this like forcefulness in your mental like state if you tell yourself like I need to match. Like there's not an option, I think it will kind of grind your gears a little bit to like work harder and like be more involved in the field and so forth, which will kind of start this domino effect of making you more successful and more likely to match, right? Because there's like less of this, there's like more pressure essentially you're putting on yourself. But not that we need more pressure, but you know what I mean? Like you're kind of making it more like within yourself, believing and like working towards this idea of like truly matching versus like giving yourself like a plan A, B, C, and D, which is good to have, but kind of really saying like plan A all the way, like this is my fate and this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you.
It's now 9:15. So if anyone has to go, we understand. Thank you so much to our panelists. If you guys are able to stick around for maybe like 5 more minutes, if anyone has any last questions, you may ask them. Imani.
Hi, my name is Imani Wakeji, and I'm a first-year medical student at the CUNY School of Medicine. I come from the same school as Dr. Schmuter, and it's so great to see you in this panel because people are always talking about you. You're so famous. They're like, yeah, good. She knows everything. So just want to say thank you to everyone also for coming and joining the panel. But especially coming from my program, like, the pressure to do the research year, this is the year that our school is getting accredited, like fully for the, and all those things. I just wanted to more ask regarding like the research. I understand that we need to have like as many publications as possible, but I've been noticing that there's been a theme more at my school now that a lot of people have been getting more publications from universities that are not necessarily like in the United States, but outside. Does that affect the quality of publication, or does that look not as good?
Honestly, I think just medical student research in general can be very like hit or miss. In the at least from what I've noticed in the residency interview for ophthalmology, they want to see if you are proving to them that you have a strong interest in ophthalmology. So I'm not sure if they're paying that close attention as to whether you're getting a publication at the University of Miami, like Baskin Palmer, or you're working with big names and publishing in big papers, obviously that looks amazing. But if you're at least showing that you're attempting to do quality work in some form or another at the medical student level, I think it shows initiative, and especially initiative to reach out to different people and to get involved in different projects. So I really wouldn't get into the nitty gritty of where are things going. I mean, if you go to a big institution and you have those opportunities, sure, then you can pick and choosy about where you're submitting and who you're working with. But if you have the opportunity to do a little something in ophthalmology, whether that be overseas, I don't see if that would be a big problem when it comes to residency interviews, in my opinion, and in my experience.
Yeah, I agree with Kia, and nice to see you, Amani. Thanks for joining this. I'm so happy people from our school are on this. But yeah, I agree. I think we like beggars can't be choosers to some extent, right? Like you in ophthalmology, like especially when you're first starting this process as a medical student, you're just trying to get like any research essentially in the beginning. Whatever kind of like avenue that you could find like quality of some nature, like research with people within the field is great, and then any ophthalmologists you meet are fantastic, and ophthalmologists know other ophthalmologists. So once you start doing research with any ophthalmologist, you could start meeting the residents and the fellows or other ophthalmologists in their department and like other people that they know at conferences. So I think just that initial like trying to find research and get involved with it and get something out of it in the beginning, and I think it will kind of spiral into something bigger over time for sure.
Thank you so much.
Any more questions? If there aren't any more questions at this time, we would love to extend a big, big, big thank you. I see cheers in the chat box to Dr. Schmuter, Dr. Quintana, Dr. McSwain, Dr. Harris Ahmed, Dr. Bilal Ahmed, and Dr. Brown. Thank you all so much for your time, your enthusiasm, and your commitment to the next generation of ophthalmologists. Our next event will be at the end of February, and it will focus on away rotations. So the newly matched M4s will be sharing away rotation advice with us, and we hope to see you next time. Good night, everyone, and thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for organizing.
Reach out anytime.
Awesome.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Hey, Bilal,
Hey,
just wanted to say what's up before I got off of here.
yeah, of course. Oh, look who it is. What's up, man? How are you?
Pretty good. How are you, man?
Good. I'm sorry I was late. For anybody who wants, I'm still here. I mean, I can always talk. So unless this call ends, I can always answer any questions, man.
I think we actually have a hand up, John. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I went to University of Toledo, like
Yeah.
Dr. Ahmed. So I wanted to say what's up there. And
Yeah.
then the only last question I had was about kind of determining which program was the best fit for you, since you guys all matched. I mean, I know that's down the road a bit, but I am curious how that process goes.
Sure. For me, it was a no-brainer. I mean, I feel like the program I matched at where I am now, University of Iowa, was it's a program that I felt like in a virtual world, which is now how we interview, it seems like pretty regularly, and looks like it may be the way going forward. I feel like I felt a really authentic vibe in terms of what I was looking for. I wanted to be in a place where I know I'd get great training, but at the same time, I could kind of be myself, and there wasn't like a lot of like pressure to be someone else. And I didn't feel like, I wanted to be in a place where the relationship with attendings or fellows and co-residents was like very humble, relaxing, chill environment. And I feel like I made it to a place like that. But what I will say is also that there's so many places like that, actually. And that's a good thing about ophthalmology. And it was actually a hard choice to make in terms of like which program had that vibe the best, especially virtually. But, it's a leap of faith wherever you end up. I encourage you guys to go to the places that you want to, where you interview at, because they have these open houses now. But like at the end of the day, balancing the work environment, which is really important, your relationship with your co-residents who will become your second family, and then also at the same time trying to get the best well-rounded training you can get. I think that's the kind of program probably all of us would want to be at. So if you can find a place that kind of fits those boxes, you'll be fine.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I think I already did. I'm actually doing a research year out at OHSU right now.
Oh, I
I'm
love that place. Great.
in the cool lab with Dr. Wong, Dr. Campbell, and those guys.
Dude, that's awesome. Congrats, man.
Thanks.
We're eventually going to have a panel about research years, John. So I'm going to put my email in the chat box. So if you would like to be a part of it, we would love to have you.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I had some thoughts about that. That sometimes it's possible, depending on your skill set, to actually get a position created for you. It's kind of what I did. I mean, my background's a bit unique, but it's still an option. So definitely, I'll get that email and I'll hit you up.
Thank you. Any other questions for Dr. Ahmed?
Well, you guys can always find me on social media, on my Instagram or on Twitter or wherever I can answer questions or email. So, I'll feel free. I'm going to put whoever the last 10 people in here are, I guess I'll shoot my phone number and you can always text me as well. And that's me. So I'm going to hop off here. Hey, I'm so sorry I had that emergency, but I'm glad to be here now. This is the resident room here at our department. So if we can meet in person sometime, if you ever want to know more about Iowa or anything about ophthalmology, I'm always happy to help.
Thank you so much. And please don't apologize. We understand the doctor life.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime. I'm happy to rejoin any other time. Okay.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys.
Good
Bye.
night, everybody. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
your time.